A long time ago, a rich and powerful man set his sights on a vast, fertile land. The land belonged to a simple farming family, who had lived there for generations. The man, driven by greed, used his influence and wealth to seize the land. He bribed officials and forged documents. He forced the family out, leaving them with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The family was devastated. Their pleas for justice fell on deaf ears. The man had taken everything from them. The man wasted no time in exploiting his ill-gotten gains. He saw the potential of the land. He envisioned a future of wealth and influence. He began by clearing the land, tearing down the family's humble home and the fruit trees they had nurtured for years. The man's actions were ruthless. His only concern was his own ambition. The man poured his wealth into the land. He built factories and businesses. He employed the local people, promising them a better life. Soon, the once quiet land was transformed into a bustling hub of industry. The man's factories churned out goods. His businesses flourished. The local people, initially wary, began to prosper under his rule. They saw him as their benefactor, the bringer of progress and prosperity. The man, sensing their admiration, revelled in his newfound status. He built himself a lavish mansion on the hill, overlooking the land he had stolen. He had achieved his goal. He was rich, powerful, and revered. Years turned into decades. The memory of the family who once owned the land began to fade. The new generation, born into the prosperity the man had created, knew nothing of the land's true history. They only knew the man as their benevolent leader. But the past has a way of catching up. One day, the descendants of the family returned. They had not forgotten their birthright. They had come to reclaim what was rightfully theirs. Their arrival sent shockwaves through the community. The man, now old and frail, was furious. He refused to acknowledge their claim, dismissing them as impostors. Section 4. Blind Allegiance. The local people were torn. On one hand, they felt a sense of sympathy for the family's plight. On the other hand, they couldn't imagine life without the man who had given them so much. The man, cunning as ever, seized the opportunity. He launched a campaign of misinformation, painting the family as dangerous outsiders. He claimed they were here to destroy their way of life. The townspeople, blinded by their loyalty and fear, rallied behind the man. They turned their backs on the family, accusing them of being troublemakers and terrorists. The family was shocked by the hostility they faced. They had returned to their homeland only to be met with anger and resentment. Section 5. The Irony of Progress. The family, despite the overwhelming opposition, refused to back down. They vowed to fight for their birthright, to expose the man's lies and reclaim their stolen legacy. Their struggle is a stark reminder of the complexities of history, progress, and justice. The very people who benefited from the man's actions were now complicit in perpetuating the injustice inflicted upon the original landowners. The land, once a symbol of peace and harmony, had become a battleground of conflicting narratives. The truth, buried under layers of time and manipulated memories, remained elusive, and so the cycle of power and oppression continued, leaving behind a haunting question. Can there be true progress without justice?